Hello everyone, I'm Pentwee aka Percivalco and I am here on FEE3 today to present Fire Emblem Throes, brought to you by N426. Before we get into it, I want to mention that this will not be a let's play but rather a developer's commentary. I'm not the dev of course, but I'll be speaking with the approval of the actual dev N426. He did want to co-commentate alongside me, but the only microphone he has is from the 1998 classic Hey You Pikachu, and as such, I'm here today by myself. With that said, I would first like to talk briefly about the project itself. Throes is set on a continent where the different nations aren't at war with each other for the sake of economic relations, and the game primarily follows the story of the mage Aurelia, who's traveling alongside the knight Verdane, who is in the command of the Dragoon Nikolai. You're introduced to the trio at the beginning of the game, and all of their ways eventually part and perhaps realign again later. The highlights of FT's gameplay include the pre-chapter free roaming exploration areas that occur before certain chapters. In a nod to the dungeons of Fire Emblem Gaiden, you have full control over your character in these areas. You get to explore the place, talk to characters, find items, solve quizzes, and harass people with the swap command. And when N642 eventually stops being lazy and figures out how to do it, there will also be a different type of the pre-chapter free roaming exploration area, which will act more like the base in Italia's games. Except it's on a map, of course. This base will fill out with more and more stuff to do as you progress through the game and meet new characters, regardless of whether they're playable or not. These parts of the game are oddly relaxing, to me at least, and offer a very nice break from the regularly scheduled combat of Fire Emblem. When it comes to the regular chapters, they are special in just how feature-rich they are. There's always something going on every other turn, as well as plenty of hidden stuff to find. And if you've watched Throes at last year's FEE3, you'll know exactly what I mean. Speaking of which, I would now like to present highlights from two new chapters in the hack. Chapter N1-1. In the larger story, this takes place right after the first chapter of the game. Verdane and Aurelia, as well as Nikolai and Morrigan, split their ways. Path of the former two leads into Chapter 0X, whereas the latter two are here now in N1-1. The duo arrive into a shady part of town in the city of Veritas, and they want to rest at the local inn, but troublemakers are present. Alright, let's get into it. First off, I'll recruit this guy here, Alistair. He's not interested in fighting. It seems he'd rather watch the fish and be philosophical about it, which is something I most certainly can respect. Oh, and he had some spirit dust in his inventory before, but gave them to the fish during the conversation and now it is not there anymore. That's some attention to detail, right? And here is our second recruit, Reckham. Alright, I've played a bit of the chapter and since I suck at Fire Emblem, Alistair got badly hurt. I'll just go down here and... What's this? Let's break this barrel. Boom. HP regeneration. That's neat. And for the record, I'd like to state that Alistair's class, the Vagabond, can steal items. Alright, I've defeated the boss now. That is the end of him. Or is it? He exits from the back door of the inn and tries to escape. I'm feeling generous today, so I'll let him live. But considering the nature of this hack, this probably wasn't the last time we saw him. Alright, now it's time for Chapter N1-1X. The gang arrives at the inn where you can freely roam around. In order to speed things up and make things more convenient, Nikolai has received plus 3 movement and he also gets to move over and over again. Talking to this monk here gets us the information that the real good stuff is probably in the walls. Oh, and we also got the talisman. Let's go downstairs and talk to these people. Quest obtained, find the lost meal. I would show the whole quest as well as solution here, but unfortunately N624 is holding me hostage and does not want me spoiling the hidden stuff. What's the point of secrets if you know where they are, am I right? Now I'm back upstairs and it's time to talk to the bartender. After that hefty dose of Rackham, it's time to go upstairs and book a room for the night. We bump into a girl on the way there who is going out despite the fact that it's pretty late, but we do get our room. We have some time as well as a liver to kill before we go to sleep, so let's get back to the bar. The bartender seems to have left the door open, so we're gonna seize the opportunity and go downstairs. This guy on the left claims there's nothing to see there. Alright, let's move to the right and talk to this guy. N264 knows there cannot be enough fishing in games, and I wholeheartedly agree. Now that that's done, it's time to quit for the night. We go back up, go to our room, and What the hell? But I'm gonna let you find it out on your own. We go back down, meet up with our friends, and we're out of here. And that's 2 hot new chapters from Fire Emblem Throes. Or rather, cold new chapters, am I right? If you're impressed, click the link in the description and play the heck. And if you were not impressed, please see a doctor. That's all for today. This was Pant3/PercyWalko, and you just saw Fire Emblem Frozen Throes at FEE3. Good night.